Hello and Happy New Year. I cannot believe we're in 2025. My name is Delise Paris and this is my channel, Indian Hen Farm. Super excited to be back. My daughter started school again today. She was out for way too long. It was time. And I'm excited to get back to work. So, last time we left off, we were working through this journal and I'm just enjoying this process so much, but we finished with a little pocket and I've got another, it's a pretty simple tutorial today, but I love the look. So I wanted to share it anyway. Some of the ideas are, probably more complicated than others, but this is what we're going to do today. And you can do this with so many different things. I did it with my eco prints because I really love the look, but this flips up and then this one flips out. So you could do as many of these as you wanted. I might do a third on here. I can't decide. But I just think it's really cool because when you flip these up and out, you've still got your journal page for writing space. But you also have, on every journal, I like to include something that inspires me. And one of my all-time favorite pieces is the speech by Theodore Roosevelt, the critic. It's called In the Arena. And it's about the critic and sort of how easy it is to sit on the sidelines and criticize those who are doing. But that those who are doing, even if we fail, we're doing it, and sometimes just being in the ring is enough. So if you ever get a chance, look it up. It's called In the Arena. It's by Theodore Roosevelt. So that's what I wrote out on these two pieces. And it closes. And that is a private message that I will include in this journal when I sell it. So it's the piece of me that I included, something that I feel like every time I read it, it reminds me to get my butt in gear and to get to work. And, it's easy for me sometimes to be like, oh, everything's so hard. Well, yeah, it's hard. Do it anyway. So I'm going to show you how I do this. I thought about showing you with some of these. So look, you could take magazine pictures and glue them to like cardstock and do this. You could take, what are they called? Cutouts, whatever they are. You could do this with cutouts like this, where you could have this one. You know what? Maybe we'll do, since I'm showing you this eco print, and I did the wrong book on accident. I did this book, which is the one I'm supposed to be working with you guys on, instead of the one I'm working on, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's see. So if we were going to do this one, we could do this. Maybe we'll do it this way, just so you can see the difference, because not everybody has eco prints, right? So it won't be torn, which I love the torn edge, but that's okay. Okay, so let's see. I pulled out some botanicals. I've got this one and this one. I love the idea of using these. And, let's see. Trying to think here. Okay, we're going to start with these two. So, yeah, let's start with these two. Okay, so the first thing I would do is distress these edges. Now, when I tore it, I tore and then distressed. So where is my ink? I just had it. Oh, it's right here. I'm a doodle. Guys, it's supposed to be icy today. So the dogs are inside. So let's hope that they behave. So I'm going to give this some ink. And I'm using Vintage Photo. I swear someday I'm going to change it up just to throw you guys off. I hope y'all had a good Christmas. We had an interesting one. So, I was really, really sick Christmas Day. I mean, fever, shakes, the whole thing. Couldn't get out of bed. And I was so upset because Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. So I was up long enough to watch Isabel do her thing, open her Santa present. And then, yeah. And then I was back in bed for, I think, 2 or 3 days. And I was really bummed. And my husband was like, don't worry, we got New Year's. We'll have a good family New Year's. Well, he was sick for New Year's. So it was kind of a rough start. And it bummed me out a little bit. But you know what? Nothing you can do about it. You just got to keep going forward. So it is what it is. Isabel still had a good Christmas. And that's, I think, probably one of the most important things. And it reminded me how important my health is to me. So I've inked these. And I'm trying to decide if we should do... okay, that one will go out. That one will go up. I wonder if it might be fun to add one torn eco print. What do y'all think? So I've got... you know what? Let's just give it a turn and look. This one... so I try and sort of tear along the outline. You know what? I'm going to tear a big piece off because it'll be a little easier. There we go. Might be fun to mix it up a little bit. Okay, let's see. Take a look. So if we had this one maybe here, and then this one, I don't know if I love that. But I do like that. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do it like this. That way I'm showing you kind of both techniques at the same time. So, sometimes I cannot overthink it. I have to be very careful. Because I can get sort of that paralysis where... But I was super excited. So, I've been wanting to do some sort of free workshops with either recovery centers or, you know, sort of situations where kids have been struggling, teenagers. So I submitted my application for a little center, and I'm really hoping that it's something that they want to include. So I'd be volunteering to teach these junk journals to some kids that have, you know, struggled with maybe bad situations in their lives. And I felt really good that I finally got the application in. I finally did it because I've been talking about how I want to do it for forever. Do you ever do that where you talk about something and you just never get to it? So, I just think the process... Oh, look at that. That looks awesome. The process of junk journaling is so good for so many different things. Okay, here we go. So... this is a pretty easy concept, but I think it's cool. And on this corner here, because on this journal, I did round my corners. Here, let me put something behind it so you can see. So that corner is rounded. So I'm going to round this corner here the same so it doesn't look funny. And I used the 7mm on this corner, so let me, yeah, hold on. There we go. Yeah, that way it'll, okay, so. So this first one, I want this one to flip up. I am using my beautiful washi tape that I've been using for this journal. And let's see what all I got in here. So I've got this one and this one. I've got a lot of the rows that I've been using. Okay. So I think I'm going to mix it up. I think I'm going to use 2 different washi tapes and bring both those in. So I'm going to use some of the rows. Let me get that out. And some of, let me see where it is. Is it this one? I think it is. Yep. So let's use a little bit of both of these. And then I'll just pull some of those back in to the journal. And I really like doing that. So I'm going to start with the bigger one. And one of the things I like about this is it decorates the other side of the page as well a little bit. Gives it a little something. Let me find the end. I've been anxious to get back. You know, it's fun hanging out with the family and doing all kinds of stuff. And then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to get back into the creative mode because I need this. I need to do creative things. It's just, yeah. I don't do well when I don't. Did I do that long enough? Nope. Okay. Let me get another piece. So what I recommend doing is not what I just did, but so taking your tape and realizing like how, okay, that's plenty long enough. Okay. So, you know, I'm going to tear this because I like a torn edge on these. I just think it gives it some character. So there we go. Decide which half I want to use. I'm going to use this half. So I'm going to come, I'm going to put a bead of glue, a thin one, over the top of this. Just like so. Because washi tape is sticky, but it's not permanent sticky, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's make sure we got enough on the back. Okay. Okay, there we go. We're pretty good. We got some on either side. Yeah. Come down just, yeah. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to take off this excess right here on the corner. Where that corner was rounded. Okay. Oh. Okay. And I'm going to line this up with this piece. Good. And get a line of glue on this side. Make sure it's completely lined up with the page. There we go. And just fold it over. Okay. And I've got too much here. I should have cut that off earlier, but I'm just going to tear it up and cut it off. Okay, there we go. So there's our first layer of tape. And now it can flip up. Okay. Now, I don't love the way that looks. So I'm going to take another piece of this. I'm tearing just another piece off. And from there to there. Tear some of that. Okay. A little too long still. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to do just a little more glue. I like things to look a little finished, you know? There we go. And yeah. Okay. And then just clean up that edge, right? Okay. I got tape all over my fingers now. Sorry. Okay. So. There we go. Just a little piece right there. Okay. So this one flips up. And I wanted to add a little bit of this just for contrast, just to keep it, you know, interesting. So I'm going to tear a piece of this off. There's my end. Maybe put a piece here. And this is just decoration because I've already got it hinged on there, right? I just like the way it looks. Slide that down a little bit. Okay. Okay. And I use my fingers for this just because it's so tiny. And I want to finish this. Where's my end? Come on. Oh. There it is. I was going the wrong way. Washi tape. Ah. Okay, there's a piece. So I'm going to tear just a little bit of this off just to keep it interesting so it doesn't look like a regular piece of tape. And I am going to put a little piece here, a little bead of glue. Come on. Come on, glue. Okay. And just go in here. And that just makes that side interesting. And I'll probably throw in some stenciling when I finish with the journal. So this side of the page has some cool texture here. This side does too. So we can flip up, and now we're going to do our second piece. Which this one, I think I want this one to flip because I like the idea of just part of that flower showing. Should we go all the way down? Sure, why not? Okay. So I'm going to round this corner too because it'll match this corner down here. If you don't round your corners, it doesn't matter. But if you do, I just think a straight edge looks a little weird. So now I'm going to do this one, and it's going to flip this way. So you're going to hinge it in different ways to keep it right. And I think that's kind of cool. So we're going to take a piece of this off. Okay. And I know, so I'm going to move this for a second. Okay. I know I'm going to want tape all down this, so I'm going to put a line of glue right here and get this piece on just up to that flat corner. Okay. There's some, okay. And now I wanted some, I want some of this red one. I like mixing tapes and patterns and things. I feel like it's a really easy way to create interest without, you know, adding a whole bunch of difficulty. Because I feel like it doesn't have to be hard to be interesting. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to put this one here. See? Just those two different patterns together just really create some interest. And this time I'm going to be smart. I'm going to cut this excess off now. I thought I'd done that last time, but apparently I did not. Okay. So I want to line. I'm going to round that tape. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I am going to now put this one on. Okay, flip it over. Make sure that page is lined with the other page is, okay. So I'm going to put my bead of glue here, since I know it's going to go on the tape anyway. Sorry. You know it always takes me a couple videos to get back after I've taken a little break. I get a little rusty rather quickly. But we're good. We got this. Okay, so I'm going to line that up there. Okay, and fold it over. Okay. Fold it over. Okay. Let's get our bone folder. Where'd my, here it is. And voila, now you kind of seen two different options. So this one, and you could do like a third piece even. So this one's gonna flip up, and this one's gonna flip over. We're gonna put something interesting in here. What do we want? Let's do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Now, I am gonna do some stenciling on here and some inking just because I don't like that big white blotch. So I'm just inking this piece up. Okay. Right there to, I'm going to go to there. Okay. There we go. Make sure it folds. It does. I want this one under. So now we just have these little pieces where if I want to add some interest to a page, but I still want to be able to write on that page, now I can flip up, flip out, write on this page, and I've got these. You could add a pocket here. I'm not going to do that because when you're folding this in and out, like that pocket, like I feel like the stuff is going to, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it. But I am going to add some stenciling here. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Welcome back. I am, super excited. I have another cool tutorial coming up next. So enjoy the rest of your day and Happy New Year.